All the latest news. Let's go Rangers.
Blueshirt underground, motherfucker!
Can't BS a Ranger fan. Can't BS a Ranger fan.
This is an unlawful gathering. This is an unlawful gathering. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
This is the underground. This is new media. This is the underground. This is new media.
Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar. Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar.
And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers. And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. 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 This is New York Rangers hockey.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Blueshirt Underground Show. Today is Tuesday, February the 2nd of the year, 2021. My name is Jim, and as always, I am joined on the other side of the window by the one and only Edward Brodzinski Geik. Eddie, good evening. How are you, sir?
The Brodzinski beat goes on.
The Brodzinski beat.
What's going on,
Yes.
Rangers fans? What's going on, kid?
It has been a busy week. Busy, as the magician in Frosty the Snowman would say. Yes, and we are going to cover it all. We're going to talk about all of it. All that, and the wheel of blame to come. Good evening. Look at this. Look at this chat room. My God. Nick Adams is scalping tickets to get into this chat room right now.
Wow.
He is standing outside the chat room scalping tickets.
All the luminaries are here.
Yes, the
They
luminaries.
want to all talk about the big hullabaloo that is the New York Rangers.
All of a sudden, we're the Bronx goddamn zoo.
Oh, man. And, the Rangers were 2-2 since the last time we talked, correct?
2-2, split with Buffalo and split with Pittsburgh.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you want to dive right into it? I mean, that's what everybody wants to talk about.
Well, I mean, you want to talk a little bit about the actual on ice stuff? I mean, we should start.
All right,
there.
let's talk about that.
We could
We're
start
not a
there.
tabloid. We're not a Ranger tabloid program.
No, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna go full TMZ tonight, bitches.
That's right.
Full
No holds barred
TMZ.
discussion. No politically correct bullshit here. We're gonna get down to it. We're gonna get down to, as Dice used to say, street level.
That's right. Nah.
We'll take it down to street level.
We're over here now.
So,
So nice to see everybody here. George Van Horn, Sean McCaff, Howie Sussman, Daniel Stewart, the Big Rock, Marty Can watching over in England. Middle of the night, they stay up to watch this, Eddie. Middle of the night.
Yeah, I'm ready for bed. No, I got a lot to say, and I like these kind of shows, even though it isn't the greatest times to be a Ranger fan right now, but I think I've seen worse. So I got a lot to say, and I'm glad to be here.
Well, can we bless you? Can we agree that this team is bless you?
Thank you.
Is well, you're allergic to it, first of all. This team is boring. Can we just call it what it is?
What?
This team is boring.
I'm disagreeing with you right off the top.
Boring.
What do you? They lose 5-4. That wasn't entertaining enough for you. They had 4 goals.
Oh, 4 goals. Oh, we should have
That
a
power
parade.
play. That power play, I mean, they've had a hard time scoring, but they're all over the place.
They're all over the place. They don't score. What good is a power play that doesn't score? Pass, pass. They pass beautifully.
It's going to happen.
Boring.
I do not believe that.
Oh,
Costa's coming along with you on this. Guys in the chat room, do you think this team is boring or just piss poor? I mean, they're piss poor right now.
I'll tell you, I'm in those game threads every night with the masses, and this team is boring.
I think when they don't win and they play bad, people think it's boring.
I think they can win boring too, but I mean, was that a particularly exciting game? I mean, 11 shots on goal through the first 3 periods. I think it were first 2 periods. Excuse me. I mean, I'm not finding this to be terribly exciting. Rock boring.
Oh, come on.
Paul Gaduzzi, piss poor. John Kaz, poor.
Now, see, Danielle Stewart is on you. You're calling out your peeps. I'm calling out my peeps. Danielle Stewart.
Ron
Season
Newberry,
ticket holder.
Neubauer, boring and slow. Howie Sussman, last night was a snoozer.
How about Alf's first goal? That wasn't exciting?
That was exciting. Okay, that's overtime. Yeah, that was exciting. But up until then, I mean, I don't find the brand of hockey they're playing particularly exciting. I thought
Darryl Bush says boring. I don't know the majority.
I thought last year this was a much more fun team to watch on a nightly basis.
I don't agree with the board. I think they run into tough luck and they just. I think they're just starting to play. Like they finally got into and now I mean I feel like I'm watching an AHL game out there. They got Brzezinski. Doesn't she do the morning Joe there?
Brzezinski. Bronco Nagurski.
And then what's her first name again? Can't think of it. Everybody hates her. Anyway, you got Gauthier finally plays after 5 games last night.
Stinks.
You got DeBetto. You got
Vic DiBitetto on defense.
Vic DiBitetto. Mr. Potato Head. You got you got you got a lot of guys, you got a lot of muckers, Looney, Steve Rooney, and I'm just talking the last 2 guys I mentioned are the best players, so maybe they are boring.
Right. They're boring without Colin Blackwell. That guy is carrying the team, and then he gets hurt. Now Brendan Smith is hurt.
What's the word on Smitty?
Just that he's hurt.
They don't know if he's going to play.
That was
a mega collision. I thought the Tanev got the worst part of that because he got hit by somebody else, another Ranger. He got right up.
So,
yeah. Howie's right about.
I'm not finding this brand of play particularly exciting.
When you say brand of play, is there an agenda in your head?
No.
About the coach perhaps not being a guy. No. Strict analyzation.
I'm still in with Quinn. I'm still in with him, but I think the ground is shrinking a little bit beneath his feet. I didn't expect anything out of this season, especially once they got put in this what is this, the Monostat 7 division that they're in, whatever they call this division, whoever the sponsor is. But I certainly expected better than what are they, 3-6? And they're boring.
No.
Looney, Kevin Rooney, and Colin Blackwell.
How about Panarin? Panarin's playing well.
He's playing well, but I don't feel like
David's is playing well. He's the best player on the team.
Well,
Kreider's been waking up a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. We're Larry Brooks calling for Kreider to be named captain.
Why? He didn't do anything. Now we don't even hear he did anything in that's kerfuffle.
He's off the train. He's off the Trouba train. He was calling for Trouba to be named captain.
No.
Now he's on the Kreider Express.
Yeah. I got Rock here, right? one of our chatters here telling me he thinks the Rangers are boring. Meanwhile, this guy lobbied for Trouba for 3 years to come over here from Winnipeg. You got to reprove yourself, Rock, and your Ranger knowledge and your Ranger, the weight of your opinions.
The fan base is down on the
Trouba.
Trouba.
I like that he's got an edge to him, but this guy cannot get a puck to the net to save his life. It's either off the glass, it's blocked, which is even worse. I got a big problem with Trouba, and he gives the puck away. So really, not really a great qualities you look for in a defenseman. So, and he's getting paid the big fishnagels. Step it up. Stop talking and display your talents. I disagree with the boring.
Okay, that's fine.
I think the Rangers have had a lot of bad luck. I think the goaltending has stunk until last night. I don't think the goaltenders are where they should be until last night.
I would agree with that.
And
I think would you not say that the goaltenders this year, the two of them, are getting much better defensive play in front of them than the last goaltender that was here?
I think I
don't mean Antti Ranta.
Yeah. No, I think so. I mean, Keandre Miller has been, as Sam Rosen would say, a revelation.
He's been good.
He is prone to making some rookie mistakes, but most of the time he corrects them.
He has the physical attributes to overcome his mistakes.
Right.
He's that long stick it works wonders.
It does. He's got that reach, Sam. And the thing is, also, I've seen a lot of these big guys come down the pike, and they're not really refined yet. And they develop into really well-rounded players. You can see that Keandre Miller knows he's a converted forward. He knows his way around the offensive zone too, and I think that will come later as he matures. But he's been good. Come on. Not excited about him. It's boring to watch him. No, Adam Fox, you don't like him? You don't like watching the plays he makes nightly? You don't like Ryan Lindgren taking stupid penalties?
Yeah, that never gets boring.
Ryan Lindgren's a good defenseman.
He is a good defenseman. I'm just saying their overall style of play right now. They are boring on the ice. They're boring. It's fine. You don't agree with me. It's fine. We can disagree. They're boring. I just think I don't think these games have been much fun this year. Last year, most of the games were fun.
God damn it, we only won 2 games in regulation so far. How fun could it be? Well, I mean, they won the other one, that 5-0 thing when they beat the Islanders or whatever that was.
Oh, that seems like 2 months ago.
I know.
That seems like it was in the bubble.
I don't know. I think the team. I don't know. I still feel that they're finally where they should be as far as. I don't think they're great. I don't think they're good. I mean, I think they can beat the teams they play. Like, let's look at it. Pittsburgh. What's the big deal about Pittsburgh? Now, last night.
What's the deal with Pittsburgh?
I mean, they got Crosby and Malkin and the great
Jake Gensel.
Rust and Jake's what's is Brandon Rust? Braden Rust? What's his first name? I should know it since
Brandon Prust.
Brandon Prust. I should know everything about Pittsburgh since that's all Joe and Sam talk about.
Brian Rust.
Yes. BR. You got like 4 players. And they have injury problems too. And they had no Latang last night.
Teddy Bluger.
The incredible Teddy Bluger, that John Paul Joseph or whatever that guy's name is. They can't get enough of that guy, that defenseman. And Buffalo, it's the same thing. It's 3 guys, and I don't know. I thought Buffalo and the power penalty killing looks good, right?
It should. It gets a lot of practice.
Yeah, they do take a lot of stupid penalties.
Last night,
Recently.
6 for 6 on the penalty kill. And it's mind-boggling that a team with Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Jake Gensel can't score on the power play.
Yeah, imagine how frustrating that is.
Yeah, I mean, that's just strange. But they were, I think, coming into the game last night, I think Sam said they were 0 for 16 on the 0 for their last 16 on the power play, which, of course, I thought meant, all right, they're going to go 3 for 3 tonight because now Sam's jinxed them.
Yes.
But the Rangers held them off the board, 0 for 6. Bad on faceoffs still.
Yeah.
Bad.
They have like these blips where they're good, like for 2 periods, and then it goes back to El Stinko. Well, Crosby's just, he's a god on faceoffs, I think. And it's just like, but I wouldn't go with the Brian. So when she had the Pittsburgh game, and then we got to go back to the other Pittsburgh game, which did they lose in overtime in that game? I'm trying to figure. Oh, that was the
yes, that was the
everybody
back and
can't
forth
get off
game.
the ice. Everybody's too tired. You know who blew that game? Georgie blew that game. And I discussed it with a few. When that puck was deep and everybody was gassed on the Rangers, he came out and played that puck, and I think the Rangers were about to clear the zone. Now,
Well, Tony D was coming back for the puck, and he would have had a good chance. It looked like as the play was developing, as he was headed for the puck. This guy, it looked like he would have had a good opportunity to get the puck out of the zone, and the Rangers could have changed. Instead, Georgiev came back behind the net. There was miscommunication. The puck stays in the zone. Bada bing, bada boom. We lose another blown loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins.
yes, it was heartbreaking. They had some chances early, and then actually Mika Zibanejad just looked normal, not gassed, not skating. But I see some comments flying by. Paul Gaduzzi said that he likes my buzz cut. Thank you. Thank you. I have no hair left, so I just buzz it. He says he's got the same thing. What else? What other comments we got here? What does the great Nick Adams say? I really want to know what Tony doesn't asshole said to. I really want to know. Well, you know what? We might get a. Now, I don't want to jinx it. Jim told me before the show that we might actually get one of the beat reporters on next week.
Yes.
Who might be able to explain about what he said to Georgiev, with little Tony D's Pizza said to
Who?
Georgiev. He must have been like, you idiot. You Bulgarian buffoon. I had that.
Disgraziata.
Yeah. He put a hit out on him.
Right.
So, I mean, it was Georgiev's fault. I said it as soon as it happened. I said, you fucking idiot. And then my wife's next to me. She hears, like, because as, like, real fans, I don't want to say real fans, but as fans who are actually watching these games real closely, when that mistake is made, that it's leading to a goal. That one little thing that maybe somebody missed.
Yeah.
Or somebody didn't clear the puck. Or
Somebody
went off on a line change when the puck was sitting there. All these things. And look at these goals. The goal last night, it comes off the back of the glass right to freaking Zucker, who's got 3 goals on the season, 2 against the Rangers.
Right.
And Sam's going, what a pass. What a pass. What's he talking about? There was another shot he was completely lost on. He called the wrong guy on a goal. I don't know. I don't want to go into him, but the Rangers have had a lot of tough luck. I mean, I don't want to. And I thought Shesterkin played a really good game last night. He played like he played last year. Made some big saves.
Yes.
He did what he had to.
25 saves last night.
That's a good shot against total you really want. Listen, Pittsburgh's banged up too.
It's a
But they gotta win these
9.62
games.
save
Four
percentage.
more games to figure it out against Pittsburgh. So and
Now
so
they get ready for Washington, and then I guess they're gonna next 4 games at home because the Devils are on COVID break. So the Rangers will get Washington, the Islanders, Boston, and Boston at home. And then the Flyers, I think, at home too. So
what's
they're gonna be
going
home
on?
for a while.
What's going on with Kako? Does he got the COVID, or they think he's got the COVID?
All I know is, well, they can't say too much. So all they said was that he was on the COVID list, but I think they said last night that he was fine. So I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna. They haven't said if he's gonna play Thursday night against the Caps or not.
Well, if he's got the COVID, couldn't he go visit the Pittsburgh Penguin locker room before the game and shake hands with Sid and spread that shit around?
Go sneeze on the door handle, right? Go sneeze on the door handle.
Yeah, if he's a healthy scratch, man, that's bad news.
No, he was on the COVID list.
Oh, okay. All right. So, and I think that was a very disappointing loss to Ranger fans. I saw a lot on the socials, as they say. I'm not even watching the game tonight. A lot of we're bailing already after 8 games, 9 games that they've played. I can't. What else you gonna do?
I can't relate to that type of fan.
What?
I can't relate to that type of fan.
Who is that? Who is that?
He walks
fan?
away after 8 games.
I'm done. I deserve to see winning hockey. I deserve it, and if I'm not, I'm out. If I don't get it,
better go root for somebody else.
Yeah, this team's full of heartbreak on losing. So I could see everybody getting a little disappointed, but you're right back in there.
Right.
I mean, few bounces, you're able to crack the Smith. I hate that goalie. And who's that other goalie has that horrible save percentage that they couldn't freaking score against? I guess it was the Buffalo guy, Linus Ullmark.
Linus.
Who played like
Linus
Ullmark in that one game. And then
he was out of his mind that one game.
That one game, he was just fantastic. I mean, they just couldn't get anything by him.
Right.
And they got some good players over there. I like that Victor Olofsson, a young kid. I think he wears number 69, which I think is kind of cool. I guess if you're in 10th grade, you think that's cool, but I don't know. And the one game that I think was Buffalo, really, the one Buffalo game, they got like 2 or 3 power play goals in. So, I think it's been. Am I afraid if we play Buffalo and Pittsburgh and the Islanders are not playing well either now. All of a sudden, Varlamov is terrible, and they're giving up a lot of goals and they're not scoring.
Breaks the heart.
Some people say they are boring.
Breaks the heart.
So we'll see a test against the Caps. You know, they got a couple guys. Ovechkin's back,
right?
But I think Kuznetsov is still out. They got a good team, the Caps, and we'll see what and I think the goalie's still out, Samsonov. So, yes, Rock is bringing about Carter Hutton playing. He kills the Rangers. Also, in that Buffalo, there was a Ranger killer. Can you guys name the Ranger killer in that Buffalo game that was held off the board in both games?
Jeff Skinner.
Yeah, you got it right away.
I kept waiting for Jeff Skinner to light him up, and it just didn't happen.
Jeff Skinner. Now, Jeff Skinner, isn't he getting like $8 or $9 million a year or something? He's got some crazy contract.
Probably.
Can you look it up for me? To make sure my brain is still working.
Jeff Skinner contract. Jeff Skinner signed an 8-year, $72 million contract with the Buffalo
What a waste! What a waste!
$15 million signing bonus.
I gotta have Jeff Skinner for 8 years.
A say they're signing.
Oh my God, Joe Catrone, you're right, man. What the hell were they thinking? Woo! And he kills the Rangers. He's good for 2 goals each game.
And he currently has 1 point in 10 games.
Wow. That sucks. I see that Putz Mike Harrington was trolling after that loss too. That overtime.
Oh, he was before it was during the game. He said something derogatory about Lafreniere, about how you don't even notice him on the ice. And then, of course, he winds up scoring the game-winning goal in overtime.
Harrington.
Right.
Some of us Ranger fans to get together after the game and take him out for a cup of coffee, if you know what I mean.
Show him where the holes are in the desert.
Yeah. I don't encourage violence, but that guy needs a fucking beating.
I don't encourage violence, but
in the name of hockey,
right,
it's justified. Wait. The Rock is now, I think, somebody taking over Rock's body. Who do you want over? You'd rather have Joel Skinner. I thought he said I'd rather have Jeff Skinner over somebody. I was like, oh boy, that's got to be the worst. Hockey.
Joel Skinner.
Who is Joel?
He was a Yankee, wasn't he? Was he a catcher, or a utility guy? He was a catcher, I think, for the Yankees, like 100 years ago.
Nick Adams is ready to go toe to toe with Mike Harrington.
His temper's always flaring like a pack of hemorrhoids.
We're just talking here. That's not really going to go on.
Right. So nice win last night. They get the empty net goal, which is always elusive for this team. And 3-1 win, a bit of a nail biter there, of course, for the last couple of minutes, and
but they held.
Hi, Tanner. Nope, I do not. But thank you for asking.
There are some Penguin fans in your house, as I remember.
Yes, there are.
Now, are they actively watching with you while it's going on?
They will not really, but they'll sit there and they'll laugh when the Penguins score. And, no, she's working. So yeah. Oh, Nick, your buddy Nick is in the chat. He said hi, Tanner. Right there. You see it? Tanner says hi to Nick. So anyway, they'll watch the game kind of in the background and they'll laugh at us when the Penguins score, when they win, that whole thing. But
they don't do what our parents used to do if we ever rooted against them. Get the hell out of here. Go play in traffic.
I never really rooted against the fam. My father was a Giants fan. He was a Ranger fan. He was a Met fan.
My dad.
I was a Yankee fan until I was about 10, but ever since then I've been a Met fan. And
my dad is probably the most negative man that ever lived. And he would constantly keep me. He was a Ranger fan, but it was always like, oh, don't look good. Oh, they're sitting on. And it was not enjoyable for me to watch a game with my dad. And when we would go to the games, he would actually root for the other team to tease me. I remember Jeff, look this game up. Rangers get shut out at the Garden. I'm going to say 78, 79. Cesar Maniago is in net for the Canucks. Cesar Maniago was a former Ranger. Went to Vancouver, I think, a little bit afterwards. The Rangers get shut out. My father is just teasing me. I'm at the Garden. He's going, Cesar Maniago, the man with the golden mask. I'm like, what is he saying this for? And then he tells me that he bet Vancouver. He bet Vancouver getting a goal and a half. He made the
in the 1970s. He was betting on hockey.
It was Danny for Jake. They had all these code words on the phone. Danny for Jake.
This,
I got to call Fat Bobby and make a bet.
this is Papa Bear. Can I speak to Goldilocks?
Yeah, and there was all these code shit. And you get the lines. You didn't even know if you collect. Fat Bobby could be in fucking the clink when you went to go collect that week. Yeah, that was the old days before they inundated us with these DraftKings commercials every fucking 5 seconds. Has anybody found this game yet?
I'm looking. I don't see a. Oh, here we go. Could it have been November 20th, 1977? 3-0 loss to the Vancouver Canucks.
That's it.
At the Garden.
That's it.
There's no box score, so I couldn't. Let me see. Yeah, there's no box score, so I couldn't tell you who the goaltenders were.
That's it, though.
November 20th, 1977.
Me at 12 years old. This is what I had to deal with. Now you know why I'm so fucked up.
Hold on. Let me actually. I can look at. Let's see. Goaltending. There's Cesar. There he is. All right, and I don't know how much of his. They don't have like his advanced stats. Huh. All right.
I could probably look it up.
He was big for a goalie back then.
What was he?
He was 6'3".
That's like JD.
That was big for a goalie then.
I think it was bigger than JD, maybe. Oh God, 12 years old. Those memories. That's
JD also 6'3".
I remember what I did yesterday, but I can remember that. Wait, look, I'll look this up. You vamp for a bit. I have a site. I have a site. Yeah.
So now everybody in the chat room's questioning Jen's kids, girls being Penguins fans. Look, their father's a Penguins fan, so they're Penguins fans. How many of you are Ranger fans because your father was a Ranger fan? I don't try and change them. And if it's not Rangers Penguins, they both root for the Rangers. And you guys see them at all the viewing parties. They're having a good time. They wear our shirts. They root for the Rangers. So they're not your typical Penguins fans that are out there. And by the way, yes, Darren Drager is reporting that Tony D is all of a sudden generating a lot of interest on the trade front. So there could be a trade coming soon, and we'll get to the Tony D stuff in just a minute.
Now, what date did you say this was?
November 20th of the year 1977.
Okay. So it's
Caesar, which was Cesar. How do you say his last name?
Maniago.
It was his last season. So you may have witnessed his last NHL shutout, Eddie. It was his last shutout because he only had one that year.
Wow.
He wasn't a bad goaltender.
A
couple of years with the Rangers.
I'm almost there, boys. I'm almost there. Just hang with me. Talk amongst yourselves. November.
Bill Chadwick is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Jep, Mariago. All right, give me that date one more time. I'm sorry.
November 20th, 1977.
Jim, for a goaltender to be good, he has to be lucky, and that time Hardy Astrom was lucky.
Okay.
Thank you, Bill.
It is the date. Maniago was in net against Davidson.
Oh, you found a box score.
Yeah, I found the box score. Davidson in net. Faced 23 shots, gave up 3 goals.
Sounds like a typical night for JD.
Yeah. And the Rangers, get this, had 16 shots on net. 16
total?
The entire game.
Wow.
And looks like goals by Jerry Gillis for Vancouver would become a
future Ranger.
Ron Settlebauer. And Jerry Gillis with another goal.
That was probably why the Rangers traded for him. We got to get this guy.
And how did Jerry Gillis spell his first name?
Jera. E. Jere was what I meant.
Yeah. What a stupid way. And look at this lineup that played that night. In front of a capacity crowd of 17,500. Carol Vatney, Dave Maloney, Don Orey, Don Murdoch, Greg Polis, John Davidson, Ken Hodge, Lucien Deblois, Mario Marois, Mike McHugh, Nick Fatiu, Pat Hickey, Phil Esposito, Ron Gilbert, Ron Greshner, Steve Vickers, Walker Kachuk, Wayne Dillon. Could this be the year that they wore the pajama jerseys?
I think so, yeah.
Fatiu fought McIllargy. That might be somewhere on the air on the internet. So, yeah, that's my remembrance of that game. November 20th, 2 days after my brother's birthday. Maybe that's why we went there. I don't know. Anyway, there's my down memory lane. Imagine going to the Garden to watch the Rangers as a 12-year-old team.
Bless you.
JD, who I love, you couldn't convince me that JD wasn't the greatest goalie ever.
Of course.
Because I was so delusional. And I go down and I'm like, oh, psyched. And of course, my father has a bet against the Rangers. He's rooting against me. I have to root against him. And they get 16 shots on net.
Right.
What a disgrace. All right. I'm back. So, you want to get into the D'Angelo mess?
Yes, I do. So, what we're going to do is we're going to paint a little bit of a timeline here, and this is basically just going to be the timeline of how the events came to my attention on Sunday, and we'll go from there. So at 12, let's see, I'm going back through my phone here because my phone zeroed out. Okay. So Sunday, this is Saturday night's game after the Rangers lose in overtime to Pittsburgh, which we just talked about. The Rangers couldn't get off the ice. Georgiev and Tony D had the miscommunication behind the net. Game ends, bada bing. At 12:05, I get a text from Brian Attard with a screenshot from Elliot Friedman from Hockey Night in Canada that Tony D'Angelo is on waivers. Now, my first thought was that he had to clear waivers so that he could go to the taxi squad. The Rangers have been bouncing a lot of guys back and forth from the roster to the taxi squad because they save money. For guys on the taxi squad, he's either only getting a percentage of his pay, or I don't know. So they've been trying to save a lot of money by moving these guys back and forth. And that was my initial thought why they were doing this with Tony D'Angelo. So then at 12:30, this is a half an hour after he's put on waivers, or after it's announced that he's on waivers, a half hour later, a rumor starts floating around the internet. And by the internet, I pretty much mean Twitter. That Tony D got into a fist fight with a teammate. So then a little while later, there's a text conversation making the rounds on Twitter between a guy and a friend of his who supposedly works at Madison Square Garden, talking about how the fight was outside the locker room and it was Tony D and Georgiev, and that it was actually caught on camera. But I don't know if that's true. Then at 3:17, we have Rick Carpinello posted that 3 sources have confirmed to The Athletic that there was indeed an altercation involving Tony D'Angelo and goaltender Alexander Georgiev in the tunnel that leads to the Ranger locker room. And that Georgiev was held out of practice on Sunday, and the altercation was quickly broken up. So now, to which I responded, well, I thought he was on thin ice with the Rangers anyway, and that the Rangers were just looking for a reason to dump him, and then Tony D went and gave him one. So then, let's see. Then we move on to later Sunday afternoon. Then there's speculation that Keandre Miller is involved in this. So I go do a little digging on the internet, and I'm going to start bringing up. Here we go. Give me a second here. I've got a lot of different stuff that I want to try and share, so bear with me.
By the way, this is the longest time I've not talked ever on this show.
I think so.
And I need you to shut up more.
So now we have a tweet from, and this is Adam Herman. And Adam Herman is a contributing writer on Blueshirt Banter.
Dope.
And as everybody knows, Blueshirt Banter was the genesis of this show. And it's the website, the blog, whatever you want to call it, that I ran for 2 or 3 years. And it's started, created, its infancy. So this guy tweets out on January 31st. Now, it should also be mentioned, I would be remiss if I did not mention that this guy is an absolute confirmed Tony D'Angelo hater. Okay. This guy does not, he has an obvious bias against Tony D'Angelo. Now that is neither here nor there as to what happened. But then he comes out with this tweet that he has 3 anonymous sources who won't come forward. And they allege that Tony D'Angelo and Keandre Miller have had some kind of problem. And that it has to do with Keandre Miller's first goal, that Tony D'Angelo stole the puck and kept it. So Adam Herman puts this out on Twitter that's what this problem is stemming from. Okay? And that there has been an ongoing problem in the locker room between Tony D'Angelo and Keandre Miller. So now we've got Tony D'Angelo on waivers because of an altercation with Georgiev. And now this guy from Blueshirt Banter, Adam Herman, has brought Keandre Miller into the conversation. Okay? Now, within a couple of hours of this happening, oh, actually, this is what I wanted to show you. Let me get rid of this, and then let me show you this. And this is going to be, hold on, tweet number 3. Okay, so screen, Chrome tab, tweet 3, share, and sorry guys, I'm doing this as fast as I can. Okay. So here we have further. This was in the blue. Now this is posted in a Blueshirt Banter article on their website. Furthermore, 3 separate sources independently confirmed to Blueshirt Banter that there was concern at various levels of the organization regarding D'Angelo's treatment of rookie defenseman Keandre Miller. Sources did not wish to go on the record with specific examples, but indicated that it was an issue that caught the attention and ire of multiple players in the organization. Additionally, sources say tension has been building up in the locker room prior to the incident on Saturday night. Since the original publishing of the story, multiple sources alleged to Blueshirt Banter that one incident that involved D'Angelo withholding the puck from Miller's first NHL goal on January 26th, blah, 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 blah. Now, the video clearly shows, if I'm not mistaken, Tony D'Angelo taking the puck out of the net, skating the puck over and giving it to the equipment manager, which we've seen happen 100,000 times in hockey before when guys score their first goal.
Usually for the other team.
So then, and I'd have to, give me a second here. Then a little while later, Greg Wyshynski, who everybody knows as Puck Daddy, he reached out to Keandre Miller's agent, and I don't know if I have the tweet now. He reached out to Keandre Miller's agent. Keandre Miller's agent said, I don't know anything about it. As far as I know, the equipment manager has the puck. They're getting it framed, and they'll give it to him. But this one tweet and this little article from Blueshirt Banter sent the whole world on its ear. Now we've got people analyzing video. They're looking at Chris Kreider because they think Chris Kreider got involved in this fight. They're looking at Chris Kreider's knuckles in a video to see if his knuckles were red like he threw punches.
It's like the Zapruder film.
Right. They're watching to see when Keandre Miller skates on the ice on opening night, they're gauging his reaction because he doesn't go stand next to Tony DeAngelo, even though the players were lining up on opposite sides of the ice. They're gauging his reaction when Tony DeAngelo comes over and congratulates him for scoring his first goal. The bias against Tony DeAngelo, the minute this guy tweeted this out and put this in a Blue Shirt Banner article, everybody believed it. Everybody that doesn't like Tony DeAngelo believed it immediately because you're going to hear what you want to hear. But it was unbelievably irresponsible of this guy to post this out there with no sources that would come through. I don't understand. How can you do that? That's the difference between journalism and blogging. And there's the Blue Shirt Banner has been taking an absolute beating the last 2 days, and rightfully so. They were absolutely wrong. And now Adam Herman has tweeted that he's going into hiding because he's got anxiety. So what he's trying to do is turn himself into the victim in all of this.
Get out of here.
He's going to portray himself as the victim. And, there are a couple of guys that will back up Adam Herman and the Blue Shirt Breakaway guys, that podcast. They're one of them.
They suck.
And I understand, people don't like Tony DeAngelo. They don't like his politics. He's got a checkered past, to say the least. Okay. So he fucked up and he got into a fight with Georgiev, and now he's off the team. He'll never play for the Rangers again. That much we know. But now this guy, Adam Herman, dragged Keandre Miller into this for what appears to be no reason, with no basis and no confirmed sources. And now Keandre Miller, for what? Just to further Adam Herman's anti-Tony DeAngelo agenda. He can continue to portray Tony DeAngelo as a racist by dragging Keandre Miller into this, who had nothing to do with it. He had absolutely nothing to do with it.
Story. It's fabricated.
Exactly.
Fabricated.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something. Chris Wengert said JD mentioned the fan blog.
Yes, I have. Yes. Let's.
I feel like you're building a case. This is great. It's like Law and Order.
And let me see. That's going to be this one. And we're going to put this in the stream. Now, Eddie, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this because we have issues with this in the past, but I believe everybody out there can hear it. So please let me know right away if you guys in the chat.
Closed captions on, I could at least see it.
Oh, maybe I don't know. Are there such a thing?
Yeah, there is a thing. No, not on this one.
No captions.
Okay, go with it.
Well, let's see what happens. So we've got the boys up here. Here we go.
Yeah, I can't hear him. Just tell me what he's saying. Oh, I didn't know that color.
Fuck. They can't. All right, they can't hear it. Hang on. God damn it. I don't understand why that works sometimes and it doesn't. Basically, what JD says at the very beginning was that it was the first thing he brought up. There was a fan blog out there that made some irresponsible. Did you try turning it off and on again? Huh? Did you that there was a fan blog out there who, that made these accusations and it's 100% false. There is absolutely no problem between Keandre Miller and Tony DeAngelo. There has never been a problem between Tony DeAngelo and Keandre Miller. Now, is it in the Rangers' best interest to cover up things? Absolutely.
You think so? Tony D's gone. He's been extricated.
Have they been less than truthful in the past? Absolutely. Do I think JD is lying?
No.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
Absolutely not. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. No, there's no. They didn't put this video on their YouTube channel. Here. Let's do this then. Copy.
Well, guys, I'm
There.
about to chime in on this whole thing. So.
There's the link. You can go watch it for yourselves. So it's incredibly irresponsible for a blue shirt banner to have done this, to report this, to drag Keandre Miller in it just to further your agenda. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just as racist as anything. You go get the one black guy and then you use him to further your bullshit story. How is that not racist? I had the apology somewhere. The what do you call it? Here we go. Thank you, Sean. The thoughts and prayers. Yes, I have. I think this is it. Let me see here. Yeah, we'll put this up since I can't get the video to work. Before we get started here, I want to get into a little bit on the misinformation that's out there regarding Tony DeAngelo and Keandre Miller. There's been a fan blog out there that has stirred some things up, basically saying that the two don't get along and that there are issues. That is 100% false. There is no truth to it whatsoever. And for people to write things like that and other people to digest it, because again, this is Tony DeAngelo. So when people hear this, they're going to automatically assume that this is true. This is 100% false. It's just wrong. It's sad, actually. Keandre Miller was helped quite a bit earlier in the season with Tony DeAngelo was his defensive partner, and Keandre thanks him for the help he gave him. That's the short of it.
Crux of it.
And again, if it was Glenn Sather saying that, I might be the first one to say, you know what, this is bullshit.
Yeah,
I honestly, I would have a hard time believing that John Davidson would ever lie to me.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Here's the first thing. Where is Joey Pants, the editor of this stupid fan blog, to come out and put the reins on this guy? What it is just this guy is an idiot. He makes a situation that is clearly not racist. He's painted Tony DeAngelo as this evil racist. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't say he was wearing a Confederate flag while he beat Keandre, held the puck. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This is just some stupid fan who's got this agenda against Tony DeAngelo just because Tony D is not politically correct. Now, listen, everybody knows my political views, but with this, it's so clear. It's so clear because it's been happening over and over again that he's been targeting these guys as well as some other guys on that blog. And for those idiots, they wanted any kind of recognition from the Rangers management that they could get. And guess what? They got the worst recognition you could get. Posting false information, claiming sources that don't exist, that just totally making, like you said, it's a racist situation. They picked the black guy on the Rangers who possibly could pose a threat to DeAngelo in his playing time or whatever. He's the new young gun. And they paint that relationship as like Tony, he can't wait. He can't wait to, emotionally and physically brutalize him. It's irresponsible stupidity. It's like one thing, like I'll say outrageous things, but I'll never claim a source that doesn't exist. And these people have been looking to get attention. And as far as I'm concerned, that guy should have anxiety, and he shouldn't. If Joey Pants had any, what does he say here, Joey Pants?
That
what does he say in his tweet?
This was from yesterday. He said that I'm going to have a longer story on this in the coming days, but it's fair to say that an organization and head coach that focus on culture and leadership was sorely lacking in both departments horribly here. And you can see the response. Don't try and move away from the fact that you made
How
up
about your fucking stupid ass blog? And why people go there? I have no idea. It's fucking stupid. How about your leadership? How about how you conduct yourself running a website, making you $25 a month or whatever you make over there? Fucking dopes. It just.
I want to show you something. Go ahead and talk. I'm going to pull something
I'm just saying. These people and their agendas, and all right. So you don't agree with them politically. What do you got to fucking? You make up a story. I just think it's terrible. And listen, it's useless. It's just useless. And now I mean, Tony D'Angelo was a lot of things, but this was completely made up. I believe JD, and I think Blueshirt Banner, man. I don't know who the fuck reads them. I have never, ever gone for them for information. I mean, they're drivel.
For those of you that are on Twitter, if you want to read something interesting, go look for Joe Reiter, who everybody knows. Joe, he's at Joe, JoeReiter. Joe has been with us from the very beginning. He's been to some viewing parties. He lives out in LA now. Go look up him on Twitter and read his tweets from yesterday. He did an excellent kind of thread.
What I did was no good.
No, I'm just throwing something out there. And then Joe actually tweeted me and said, didn't you guys get in trouble for the whole Fire Sather thing and the whole credential thing? And we were talking about that. And then he said, "Oh, you should." He says you should take Blueshirt Banter back over and return it to its former glory. I'm like, oh, not a chance. Not a chance. No interest. But it was nice of him to say anyway. It was nice of him to say.
He's bashing the Rangers organization. Fortunately, that the in-house stuff needs leadership. And you know what? I mean, you get a website, a blog, do it right. Don't make it personal. Just keep it about the hockey. Now let me talk about Tony D'Angelo.
Oh, shit. What the hell? What did I just do?
What happened now? The lights went out?
No, I hit a button on my screen and everything. I got it. I'm good. All well.
Okay, good. Let me go on to Tony D'Angelo. The guy's a misfit. He's a jerk. All right? I mean, we all know that.
Yes.
And his play sucked. I didn't like the way he was playing. And you can't, even though we called out the mistake, you cannot fight your goalie. That should be one of the basic tenets of hockey. Do not fight your goalie. I mean,
Hockey 101, day one, right. Chapter 1, page 1. Don't fight your goalie.
Because the first thing is when you're a defenseman and your goalie, you have a special relationship. You know one of you is going to fuck up and lead to a goal. So what you do is you don't throw anybody under the bus. Your goalie, Henrik used to throw people under the bus, but whatever. It's an unwritten rule.
Right.
To fight your goalie, to physically abuse your goalie in the locker room, on the way to the locker room, on the way to Sabaros, I don't know where they fought. Inexcusable. You're off the team. This is a team game. This ain't about one guy. It doesn't, you lost a game in game 9 or game 8, whatever. Even after a playoff loss, don't beat up your goaltender. Even after a Stanley Cup game loss. Did you see Hank beat up Girardi after he muffed that puck in the Stanley Cup? Did you see Gerard? Well, I got to turn it around. Did you see Hank beating up Girardi after that goal? No.
Wouldn't that have been something?
Tony DeAngelo is too self-involved. That's the problem. He's got a temper. He's got an anger issue. He's got a chip on his shoulder, which is even worse. That guy is toxic. You cannot have him in the locker room. Jeff Gorton said it. He's played his last game as a Ranger. You're gonzo. And to me, good riddance to bad garbage. I just didn't see it. I feel like he was kind of annoyed that he's getting saddled with fucking Jack Johnson when he plays. He's not on the first power play unit anymore. Nobody gets away when hurting your teammates and fighting. It's just not. It's a team sport. This guy could not get it through his head. It's a team sport. And he made all these claims that he was going to improve on his defense, and maybe he looked at it as somebody saying, oh, DeAngelo fucked up again. But we all know it was Georgiev's fault. But inexcusable. Get the fuck out of the organization. Now, does it have to do with his political views? I think, say he was a dyed-in-the-wool liberal, right?
Right.
Even you still fight your goalie, you're gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You cannot beat, and the guy had to be held out. He's just bad news. He's toxic.
Right.
I'm not saying that it's because of his political beliefs. I'm not saying it's because his whatever. I'm just saying that he's one of those dudes that's a hothead. It's all about me and how, and he's not a team player. Not a team player. And he stinks. So
obviously, he still has a maturity issue. And,
exactly.
He's I think, for the first 2 or 3 years he was with the team, I don't think we really saw any evidence of that. He was pretty much a good citizen. I'm talking about on the ice. I'm not talking about his social media, because I don't care about his social media. I don't care about his politics. I don't care about any of that bullshit. I'm just talking about as a Ranger. I think we could agree he was a good citizen. He had a few discipline. I think he was suspended for a couple of games or he was sat for a couple of games for, losing his discipline on the ice, things like that. But now it's shown that he's 25 or 24, 25 now, and he's still got the same maturity issue. And there are some athletes that get to be 35 and still have a maturity issue.
Yeah.
Some guys have a maturity issue, and then all of a sudden at 27, they get it. Hopefully someday he gets it, but unfortunately.
He's a stubborn guinea. That's what he is.
Speaking of, it's funny you mentioned that. Adam Herman last year called Tony DeAngelo either a guinea called him either a guinea or a Guido on Twitter.
I can call him a guinea. I'm half Italian.
And then after he got all the backlash, he said, "Oh, I didn't know that was a derogatory term."
Oh, what a dick!
Right.
I say it because it's derogatory.
Right.
I can say it because I call I got whatever. Let's don't call me Adam Herman. That's a derogatory term. So what you got is you got a stubborn guy who's a know-it-all. How many times did Quinn say Tony tries to coach all the time about what he tells Quinn what his input? You're getting paid what, $5 million a year, $6 million, whatever he's getting. For that amount of money, I would shut my mouth and be a good soldier and try to be the best player. Even that didn't thwart him from beating up or getting into an altercation with the Rangers goalie. That is stubborn and hot-headed. And that
stupid.
amount of money, is on the line, and you do that. So I'm glad he's gone. He was toxic, and apparently, and I don't, again, not racially motivated, but he's got to be a toxic factor in that locker room somehow, because he can't keep his mouth shut. I mean, I have no sources, just like Adam Herman, but I'm sure there were plenty of games the Rangers lost, and he's chirping. So, I mean, I'm glad it's done. I'm glad it's out. Whatever. Politics.
So
he's horrible.
He's got like
Got
he's a hothead. He's still immature. And hopefully, at some point, he gets it. I'm sorry he's not going to be with the Rangers anymore because
I'm not.
I am.
He stunk.
But I'll get over it. He didn't. He stunk this year, the 8 games, but last year he was.
He played good last year.
Well, all right.
He's too small. He can't play defense. It's never going to change. We got better guys coming down the pike.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I mean, and he was only going to probably be here another year anyway. It just sucks because it sucks because you don't like to see turmoil on your team.
Yeah, definitely. And again, this comes back to my point about having a captain. You have a captain that settles this guy down. Now, unfortunately, the Rangers don't have any guys that I think really could have handled this as a captain, so maybe I'm not. Because originally they said Kreider interceded.
Right.
I don't know.
But either Larry Brooks or Vince, one of them said that it was Keandre Miller that broke up the.
Well, now it's come out that it's Keandre Miller.
Right.
Who broke it up.
Right. So
I mean, it's just total nonsense. You got a young team and you got this guy.
Keandre Miller, broke up the altercation and got victimized for it, and he became Adam Herman's flag bearer.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that was with that stupidity. The Rangers will move on. I mean, I don't think they're going to be hurt much. And maybe if they get a trade and get something back for this guy, I think that
Mark Stahl.
I'd take Mark Stahl. He's better than Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson's a fucking atrocity. I hope he's hurt for the rest of the fucking season.
I don't think we're going to see Jack Johnson anytime soon.
Well, they got who'd they play last night?
Vic DiBitetto.
Yeah, Mr. Geppetto. Libor Hayek's got to get a sniff soon too. What the hell did he do?
Well, I think if Brendan Smith can't play tomorrow night, then I think we'll see Libor Hayek. And all these other guys that are in the pipeline are unavailable right now. They can't play for the Rangers. So
what's everybody saying? John Kaz is saying some funny things. He says Georgiev has a hot temper, and that Georgiev is better not fight Jack Johnson. He's into just like it's too much trouble. Again, you can't fight your goalie. You cannot fight a teammate. You're not. And with the money on the line, that gets me too. It's your livelihood. And this guy's now blown, 3 teams he's gone through already?
Yeah.
Tampa, Arizona, and now the Rangers. This guy is he's a nut job. He's a hothead.
You also realize that this pretty much means that the Derek Stepan trade was a complete and total bust.
That's true. Well, we did get he did say, I mean, D'Angelo had a good year last year, but Stepan's in Ottawa.
Right.
Lanty Ranta, I don't know where he is.
Still in Arizona, I think so.
Yeah. Speaking about justifying bus trades, Brett Howden, please. Joe Catroni, I don't know what the hell you see in this guy. What a waste. Don't tell me how he's good on faceoffs. I never see the guy involved. All right. Let's get
He had a
down.
fight last night. He wasn't involved in that. He's
What?
throwing hands. Brett
He's
Howden.
fighting some freaking Swedish meatball. Who
You
was
can
he
only
fighting?
fight the guy that's in front of you. What's he
Who did
supposed
he
to do?
fight?
Go grab somebody off the bench? Fight
The
him?
guy was going after Truba, who would have dealt him even a bigger. Who was the guy he fought last night? Some Swedish meatball.
He fought Kapanen.
Yeah, that guy. Come on, that guy was 150
Joe,
pounds
it's
soaking wet.
Sammy Kapanen's son, Joe.
It was
Sammy
160 pounds soaking wet. Where's a face shield? The shield came off. You got some solid shots in there. But come on, you're going to keep him on the team for that? So he can fight Kapanen every week?
Coach likes him.
Yeah, the coach would be fired if he likes him. And then I talk about Kravtsov, right? Remember last week I said he's never going to play in the NHL? He goes off. I'm about to recant the whole thing. He gets hurt.
Now he's got a concussion.
So I'm back still on track.
Told you, I don't want to draft these guys that aren't coming to the league. I don't want to. No more sending these guys to Europe. No more. That's it. That's the new rule. No more drafting these guys that can't play in America. They go off to Europe and we never hear from them again.
What happened to the
they
old
hate
days?
cases? They're shutting down their Instagrams. They're nothing but trouble.
You draft a guy, he goes in the minors, and then gets brought up. What happened to that?
Right.
They got contracts with all these teams. He's signed. He can't play. He's got obligations. Oh, come on, Greg. You know what? How dare you, sir?
You were never going to live down Evgeny Grachev, the Russian rifleman.
Come on, get over it. 2020. It's like 10 years ago. And, Nick Adams said it was a Finn. They're all about that black metal and that death metal. But that guy is a freaking string bean. So, you want to get to the Wheel of Shame? We got the Wheel of Shame is back.
You want to do the Wheel of Shame? We also have Rock and Costa waiting to come on.
All right, we'll go to the Wheel of Shame and then we'll go to Rock and Costa. Can you guys wait?
Good. Sounds good.
All right, cue up the music and
Did we get it all out of our system now on the Tony D'Angelo and the Blue Shirt Banter and the Adam Herman? We're all
I mean,
all right.
I mean, did you see any kind of good rebuttals in the chat there? I mean, something.
No, everybody's
People
So-
on the same page with this.
pretty much, yeah. And everybody's just loving the fact that Blue Shirt.
Oh,
Banter
Mario's saying that how to turn the game around with that 2-punch fight.
See,
You guys are just baiting me at this point now. I feel like there is.
baiting you.
I feel there's a lot of treachery going on here.
we're race baiting you.
No, you're Howden baiting me. Stop with the Howden. There we go. Make it a little louder. A little bit tad louder. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Wheel of Blame. That's right, the Wheel of Blame. Jim, you have the categories tonight.
The Blue Shirt Underground Show, Wheel of Blame. Yes, back for another week. You bringing out the wheel, or am I naming the categories first?
I name the categories first.
Oh, we did that wrong. There we go. Tonight on the Blue Shirt Underground Show, Wheel of Blame, we've got Tony TDA killed JFK.
Place your bets, everybody.
Place your bets. The 20-second lead.
Rangers can only hold a lead for 20 seconds before the other team scores.
We've got, hey, Georgie, stop that black disc.
The abysmal goaltending of one, Alexei. No, Georgiev.
Yes. We've got the Bulgarian beatdown.
That's TDA punching our Bulgarian/Russian goalie.
We've got TDA says catsup. He should have been fired just for that, for saying catsup.
Is that a Jersey thing, catsup?
I have no idea.
I call
Might
it.
be. We've got the Joe Micheletti goth look.
Explain that.
He's got the other night on the studio. He's got this god awful pale makeup on. He's got this jet black dyed hair now, and he looked like a goth chick. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Joe goes goth. Trouba hit the net. We've got Shandor Alfonso.
Who's he, Jim?
He's the referee, the referee from last week.
He's a line. Yeah, it might be a referee or a
Or
lineman.
linesman, whichever. We've got Zibby. Stop with the one-timer.
Oh my God! Please stop at that one-timer. Every goalie in the league knows that. The thing called videotape, Zibby.
TDA's podcast. Watch your tone.
Whoa!
Whoa! Careful,
Whoa.
we've got no insurance on the wheel of blame.
I almost took one for the team there.
Your homeowner's insurance will not cover the wheel of blame. TDA was bad. Good riddance. And finally on the wheel of blame, Jack Johnson's injury.
Why that's on there, I don't really know. But we got to blame Jack Johnson for something.
Place your bets.
All right. How come this is not angling right?
My money's on TDA says catsup.
Place your bets. Here we go, round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Come on, place your bets. I don't see one bet in here. Yes, I am no Vanna White. That's correct, Mario. I'm more like Ron White, comedian Ron White.
More like Bill White.
Bill White.
You're right, White.
Come on,
all right.
let us see these bets coming in. Come on, we're drinking this. All right.
TDA killed JFK. That's a lot. Joe goes goth. There's bets on Zibby.
20-second lead.
Spin the wheel.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Man, I got to tell you, these bits. All right, here we go. One. And they're off.
Dreidel. I made it out of clay. And when it's
TDA says catsup.
Wins
What do I win? What do I win?
You win a gift certificate to Cosby's in the
And
garden.
a Nat Sherman cigar.
And a New York Sets t-shirt.
Oh.
Wow. Who would have thought that overtime loss was because TDA says catsup? That's one of your contributions.
That's
too.
right.
Wow.
The wheel of blame.
The wheel of
It
blame.
spun much better this week. What'd you do to it? Did you put it up on the lift? You get
I put a little bit more elbow grease.
take it down to workshop?
I put a WD-40, you know.
Put your tool belt on?
Down in my shop. Wow. I almost hurt myself. That thing almost fell on my arm.
And he's out 6 weeks with an upper body injury. That'll have to be on the wheel next week. The wheel almost kills Eddie.
Wow. Hopefully there won't be anything to blame. Well, Cesar Maniago, Chris, came up, during the show. These were pre-made.
It might be on there next week.
He might be on there next week. Jim?
Yep.
So who else had the Larry King died? I was going to put it was too dark, though. I didn't want to go that dark. That Screech guy died.
Yes, his life came to a screeching halt.
Oh, that's too soon, but very funny.
Too soon?
Well, he died of the big C, so I didn't want to go there. Anything else? But he had He had a troubled life. Screech. I should have put Screech's death on there. Maybe I'll just do one for a death, no matter what, how they die. I really thought TDA was responsible for JFK's assassination. He's blamed for everything else. You might as well throw him on that.
Entirely possible. All right, you want to talk to Rock? It's been a while.
Yes.
All right, let's bring Rock in.
There we go.
Where is he? There he is.
Hey, Rock.
What's up, boys?
Hey, Rock.
Hey, Ben.
How are you?
Long time no speak. Eddie, we have a gripe tonight, huh?
Trouba, dude. Trouba's horrible.
Listen, let's be realistic. Look what his defensive partners have been.
Oh, you're one of these.
I'm going to fill up my soda while you
for an entire season. Thank God they got out from underneath that contract. Jack Johnson, Brendan Smith. And listen, he's played better with Miller as his defensive partner. Listen, no defense was getting shots through. Watch the game. Every defenseman block. It's like it's been an issue forever. They've never been able to get shots through from the point. It's always been a problem.
When he
when he does get a shot through, eventually he's going to probably score. So, give him a little bit of a break right now. Listen, if I'm wrong, I'm never shy about admitting it. I wanted Rick Nash here. I wanted Bobby Holik and Kasperitis and Chris Drury, and I was wrong about all of them. And when I'm wrong, I'll be fully admit that I was wrong. But I think we need a little bit more time.
I'm a fan of Trouba's.
I think he plays a game that none of the other defensemen do. So, I think he needs to be solidified with a steady defensive partner.
Well, he's got Keandre Miller now. You like what you're seeing from Keandre Miller, right?
Miller, I'll tell you, he's the perfect analogy or the perfect adjective for him is he's just a praying mantis out there. The way he with the stick, and he's really been incredible. Like, he's blown me away. I never in my wildest dreams thought he'd play as well as he's played this year. He's really been phenomenal. He's been the one bright spot in this. Him and Adam Fox, like you were saying, are the two real big bright spots in this season. Especially from that blue line.
Yes. No, I agree. I know every the defenseman cannot get the puck to the net, but he is supposed to do that. I saw a lot of it early when he was with the Rangers. He was one of those few guys that could get the puck to the net, but he's also prone to the giveaway too. And when you're paying these guys that much money,
well, that's the thing.
You're not supposed to, but you focus on it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps
that's really the biggest issue.
And I think he keeps saying, I have to adjust. I have to feel comfortable. Again, what is it? 8-game sample? I'm not going to kill the guy, but I see every game I'm yelling, get that puck. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
First on the team in hits, second in block shots. That doesn't carry.
This is the anti-Ed show. Anything I say, you come up with something.
I'm just asking questions. That's not enough. It's not good.
Well,
I just think they need a little bit more time. The whole team hasn't been good this year. I thought last year, like I said, Brady Shea, playing with that guy, he's terrible.
Terrible.
I mean, he really was bad. And I don't think Trouba really settled in. I thought he played really well in the bubble. I thought has played well in spurts this year. He played great against the Islanders. He's had his moments. And listen, the whole team has been hit or miss, for lack of a better word or analogy, however you want to classify it. But other than that one game against the Islanders, they have not played a full 60 minutes.
No.
And you know what? It's just this kind of where the season's gone so far. And I need more than a 9-game sample size for me to determine. I'm going to give him this year. Hopefully, him and Miller can, formulate some kind of cohesiveness, and let's see what we got.
You are in agreement with Jim about the team being boring.
I'm going to be honest with you. I watched the first 2 periods last night, and I have a group chat with 4 of my other friends, and it was dead. Like, normally we're saying this, we're talking about that, and it was an absolute snooze fest for the first 2 periods. They turned it on in the second. They turned it on against, let's be honest, a wounded gazelle of a Penguins team that had no Chris Letang, had this guy Coachman, who hadn't played in the NHL in 7 years. That's who's playing defense in Pittsburgh, and we barely beat them. Casey DeSmith. I mean, to me, that's the alarming part. Is they're playing. They locked it down defensively, opposed to the game before where they lost 5-4. They kind of locked it down, but still, they've just generated no offense for the first 2 periods. And against the defense with Yannick Weber and Casey, with this guy Coachman, who I've never heard of before. If someone else has heard of him, let me know, because I've never heard of him before. I played for the Islanders. I heard 7 years ago.
Yeah,
was the last time he played in the NHL. This guy Lawrence Olivier Joseph. I mean, they threw these guys like they came out of left field with these guys.
Oh, Joe,
and
stepping it up.
Oh, they waxed poetic about that guy. I know everything about him, but what brand of underwear he wears.
Who was the guy that they were going on and on about who made a 17-hour road trip to
Yannick Weber?
Yannick Weber. Another guy.
I don't remember what player it was.
This guy has been out of hockey like 2 years. Or NHL hockey.
I mean, you're talking about a wound. I mean, Malkin's a shell of himself. I mean, they still got killed by Zucker and, Brian Rust. I mean, the normal guys that always crush them. But they have no Chris Letang. They have, I think, Dublin's hurt now.
Me down.
They got Chad Ruedel on. I mean, you're talking about a defense that.
What, Chad Ruedel doesn't impress you?
I mean, let's be honest. I'm happy they won, but they didn't win. That they shouldn't even be an NHL team. I mean, it was a boring game against a mediocre team that how they're even winning in general is never ceases to amaze me. But I guess when you got Crosby winning all his faceoffs, I mean, he was crushing them on faceoffs last night. It was embarrassing.
People claim he cheats, and anybody knows hockey that that's a great thing. If you can cheat, people make careers out of cheating on faceoffs. That's how they win.
Listen, he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt because of who he is. So.
Right. Let me pick your brain on a couple topics. What's wrong with Zibanejad?
Oh God. I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit here and make excuses because everyone he didn't have a training camp like a lot of guys haven't. He had COVID. I didn't have it, but I do have friends that have had it. It messes with your lungs. It messes with your breathing. But listen, I don't know what magnitude he had it, how long ago he had it. He doesn't look comfortable out there. He looks uneasy. He's getting creamed. And I don't remember him getting beaten face-off so cleanly. So I don't know if his strength's not back. I don't know, but there's something definitely off, and he's really pressing. And listen, the whole team hasn't played well. So,
Yeah, they haven't played well. I think there's room for improvement. I don't know. Call me a hopeless optimist, but I felt like they just weren't ready for this season. They played these goons 4 times now.
This is my opinion on this season. This season is being punted, as far as I'm concerned. They didn't address any needs in the offseason. They brought in Kevin Rooney, who's played well. I'll give him that. They were lucky again to get the first overall pick. They stepped in it with that. But they didn't improve. They didn't do anything to improve this team. Guys, how many players had career season last year? 5? You really thought you were coming back this season when everyone was going to be on all cylinders after having 5-6 players having career years? And honestly, what is it? Was it the flat cap? Was it the fact that Gordon was asking? I don't know. I wouldn't have brought back Stroma. I would have traded either Stroma or D'Angelo. Traded one of them. To me, the team that came into the bubble showed nothing. They didn't have anything in that bubble. And to bring back the same exact team after he sat there at the press conference saying, we need to do this, we need to do that, and to address nothing. And then you lose Jesper Fast, you trade Mark Stahl, who, all right, I granted, he is what he is. I understand you had to do that for cap reasons. You lose Lundqvist, you lose 3 leaders out of your locker room. I mean, to me, the team it seems like it's a rudderless ship. And I just think they're waiting for someone to step up to take the reins. And I think that's their biggest issue right now.
Well, I think when they got Lafreniere, that was it. That was their move. They got Lafreniere. This guy's supposed to be an impact player. Is going to come in and, be somewhat dominant. I saw so many guys from Canada saying this guy is going to be like a generational player. What do you think's wrong with Lafreniere so far? Do you see anything? And Jim, give me your take too.
Go ahead, Rock.
Okay. No, listen. Expectations are expectations. I mean, I've heard people say he's a step below a generational player. I've heard people say the word generational to me is thrown around too loosely. McDavid, Crosby, Mario Lemieux, those are generational players.
All right. Okay. Let's say
I think he's more along the lines of, I think he's even a step below McKinnon and Matthews. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Okay,
I still think
that's
he's going to be
fair.
a phenomenal player. I think he's going to be a Jonathan Taves type guy. Where,
why isn't he Jonathan Taves now?
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know.
I mean,
listen, I don't know. Listen, one of your last shows, you made a really good point. Ranger rookies very rarely step onto this team and explode. Peter Pruka, but I think Peter Pruka was either 22 or 23 when he came and played for the Rangers.
Don Murdoch.
Correct me if I'm wrong. But I mean, Tony Amonte might be the last rookie, or Tony Granato.
Granato, yeah.
Might be the last two rookies that I remember that just exploded onto the scene.
Right. Brian Leach, defenseman, yes.
Brian Leach.
I
mean, yeah, I guess you could say Leach. I mean,
But
Kreider had his moments in the 2012 playoffs.
The playoffs.
But you're talking about a guy that won Rookie of the Year. So maybe Leach would be the last guy that just came in and was the best player on the team.
What do you think, Jim? What's going on with the forwards? Is it Quinn? Is it just that these guys aren't developed yet? Because there is a lot of talk, chatter north of the border that they're mystified that Lafreniere has not made an impact, and they're blaming the coach.
I think they haven't gelled yet. I think the fact that Zibanejad is that his game is so off. They have no stay. I don't want to say they have no number two center, but they don't have a very good number two center. Strome does not look like the same player he was last year. And I know Panarin's numbers are good, but he doesn't look like the same Panarin as last year to me. Not yet.
He makes a lot of bad passes. At least it was early in this season.
Like, I felt like last year, every time he was on the ice, something was happening. I feel like there's a dynamic
or an intangible
something. Every time he was on the ice last year, something was happening. So, and I haven't seen that yet. Now, like I said, his numbers are there. His numbers are fine, but he doesn't look like the same player. Not yet. And again, we don't know how much training camp, no training camp or short training camp and no preseason, how much these guys are screwed up. But I think that's part of the problem with Lafreniere. You can't, the center, with Zibanejad not playing well, Strome hasn't been playing well. And then, half the time he's on a line with Brett Howden and Capo Caco. They're buried at the third line. He's all over the place. The whole team just hasn't gelled yet. So, I think it's multiple things that are holding him down right now. He's not the only one. I mean, there's just there's a couple of guys that even Capo Caco. He had a couple of good games and then he kind of fell off again. So,
and the other guy that was playing well got hurt was Filipino.
And
Hedl.
Well.
The best forward right now is Buchnevich.
He's played great too.
I'll tell you,
really played great.
He was the one guy I thought that they might move, but I'll tell you, if he can kill penalties for this team and he can be a multifaceted guy, then he may have a place on this roster.
He's a three-zone player now.
He's actually been very good on the penalty kill.
Very good,
surprisingly, very good.
Yeah,
and he's a little chippy too, which he's kind of grown into that.
I like Buchnevich. Yeah, I like Buchnevich a lot. Listen, the team's a likable team. I mean, you can't sit here and say that there's many guys on this team that we really don't like. They're criticizing Jack Johnson. Technically, probably the eighth defenseman on this team, but
he's already played too much.
You need to shake up this roster. I think they're too comfortable. I think that's what it is. I don't like the way they played in the bubble and the way they came out this year. They playing very listless hockey. I don't know if it's no fans in the building. Maybe there's no expectation. I don't know. Everyone's playing under the same circumstances, but they just haven't looked good.
I just feel like they're ill prepared. They're always ill prepared under this coach for the season, and when they play in the bubble.
I'm going to go the opposite. away. I think it's the general manager that didn't give him the horse to play this season. I just think that you just can't.
fall
After that
for-
bubble, the way they played, they got laughed out of Canada. Now, granted, it worked in their favor. They got the first overall pick, so you know what? I guess is what it is. But he has
would
not
you
done
have
anything. What's that?
What would you have done if you were Jeff?
I would have
Gordon?
traded one of Strome or D'Angelo. I just think that neither of them had a great time in the bubble. I think both of them played poorly. They brought both of them back on bigger contracts. Listen, I don't know the ins and outs. I'm not going to sit here and start blaming people because I also can't get on people because people are criticizing Gordon about not trading Shattenkirk. Well, maybe nobody wanted Shattenkirk. Even at 50% retained, he was having a horrible season. So I'm going to sit here and criticize Gordon.
Where he is
I don't
now.
know what the landscape of the market was because you saw that not a lot of trades were made, and after the free agents were gone, and look, took Mike Hoffman until training camp to sign. So maybe with the flat cap and everything on, they had no other choice but to bring back the same team. But you can't sit up there and say we need this, we need that, and bring in Kevin Rooney, and your first overall pick falls in your lap, and you trade out, you get rid of your heart and soul guys, and don't replace them with anything.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. You took a lot of veterans out of there. They don't really have a lot of leaders anyway. You took Henrik and Mark Stahl out of the equation, and you didn't replace them. I agree with you.
Well, that's why I said I think they're punting the season. I mean, there's no fans in the building that can boo them out. There's no money being shelled out for season tickets. So they're like, you know what? We'll throw this season away. Next season, we'll have all this cap space. We'll hopefully have some of our young Niels Lundqvist will come over. I'm giving you this is just I'm not using it as gospel. I'm just giving you my opinion.
Right, your opinion. If I was JD, I just think they're trying to win.
And then they're going to throw the young guys out there and see what happens. Sink or swim. Let's see what you got. That's it.
Like Mitchell, what you call it? Miller.
Exactly.
I want to see more young guys play. And,
the problem is the center depth is absolutely putrid.
Because they never have a center. They always have these left wings.
Hence why the hell they drafted Braden drafting. There were three centers on that, I don't know. I know you don't draft for need. And I just felt like when you have a second first round pick, that maybe you go that route. But listen, if Braden Schneider turns out to be
maybe you trade for a dinosaur like Jason Spezza or something just to win a freaking face-off. I mean,
they might go that route with your boy Brian Boyle.
That's Jim's boy. I take Boyle back.
Then I'll tell you what, they get Brian Boyle. I'm punting the season.
Come on.
Well, that would definitely be the way out then.
I'll see you in September.
Listen, as far as I want to just bring up the D'Angelo thing, because listen, I know it's a lot of there's a lot of criticism on him. The thing that bothered me the most is when you kick a guy. I understand his political views. I'm going to put those aside because, listen, I probably have different political views than both of you guys, and I don't judge you on your political views as a talk show host or as a person or anything. So I'm putting that away. All I care about what Tony D'Angelo did was he put up 53 points for this team last season. He put up 53 points for this team last season. He was phenomenal on the power play. Their power play was, I think, ranked 7th last year, if I'm correct. As a hockey player, and strictly as a hockey player, he did what he needed to do. And other people have agendas. They don't like him because his political beliefs, and there's a lot of bloggers out there that don't like him because of his political beliefs. I can rattle 5 off the top of my head because I listen to all the shows because, hockey's what I like to digest the most. And I all hate him because of his political views. And you know what? I don't care what he does on off the ice.
Again, I
care
don't care.
less.
I just want to say Rock was right. The Rangers were 7th on the power play last year. This man's a fountain of knowledge.
That's
who are you going to replace on that first unit?
No life. Say that again.
On the first unit, don't they play Panarin and Fox on the first power play?
He's on the first now. Fox. He wasn't on there last year.
Okay.
Right.
But listen, I mean, I understand what the team is doing. I don't really know. We don't know what went on.
Come on, you can't punch the goalie.
You can't. No, listen, but I remember Keith Primo and someone else, I think on the Flyers, got into a all-out brawl on the ice.
Yeah.
It happens. Teammates fight. Didn't Lettieri fight Brendan Smith a couple of years years ago.
I
I
see
mean,
that.
fights happen with players. To me, with D'Angelo, it boils down to he's had a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities, and I just think the team just they don't have. I don't think they're strong enough. That locker room is not strong enough to handle his eccentric behavior.
I don't think they have a guy in the room
put
that
him
can say,
in,
listen,
the
cut the shit
97
out.
the Red Wings locker room with a stronger personalities. I don't know.
Right. Okay. Well, you certainly won't be censored here with your views. We appreciate it.
No, I do.
We're not a political broadcast. We're all about the puck.
That's all that matters. It's about wins, guys. It's about winning. It's all it's about. It's all we care about. It's why we're here. We're fans.
That's right.
And what I love about you guys the most is that you don't pretend to know everything. You don't pretend to be an expert. You don't pretend to be an insider. You're fans talking about hockey, and that's why your show's the best.
Thank you, Rock. We appreciate that. All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care, Rock.
All right.
Be safe.
Great talking to you guys. I'll talk to you soon, all right? Be safe, all right? I'll talk to you later.
Night.
Bye. Bye.
The pride of the New York Fire Department, Rock.
That's right. 646-478-5611, the two-way sport. Our blog talk number. Let me post the guest link one more time, and it will bring Costa on. Maybe else wants to come say hello. All right. Costa!
Oh, how the fuck are you?
Hey, how you doing?
What are you doing, Ed?
I'm one of those Muslim chicks. No, I'm only kidding, folks. To our Muslim viewers, I apologize for using the word chicks.
Whatever.
So what's going on, buddy? Give me air your grievances.
Do you prefer broads?
Who is?
Skirts.
Dames,
Who
skirts?
Piglets?
Piglets.
That's bad.
Of course, Costa brought it right down.
Come on.
Have you no shame, sir? Have you no shame?
No.
No, he doesn't.
Anyways, as you know, I was the kind of guy that says, you know what? I don't give a fuck about his political views. If he scores the game-winning goal to clinch the Stanley Cup, no one's, what are they going to say? Oh, I don't want that goal. Fucking D'Angelo scored that goal. I don't want that cup. That cup's tainted. Fucking a racist or fucking whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was my opinion. I didn't care about his. I mean, I don't agree with his political views, but again, if he scores the game-winning goal for the cup, what are you gonna do?
It's about the bottom line.
Exactly.
The name on the front means a hell of a lot more than the name on the back.
Exactly. But now we fucked up, and that's that.
Can't punch the goalie.
No. Oh, and fuck Jacob Trouba.
Whoa!
If when he scores a goal, then I'll fucking retract that's comment.
It would take 5 goals. He's got to get these shots to the net. It's driving me nuts.
This guy fucking whiffs on everything.
I mean, I'm really worried about him. I didn't want to really get into it, Rock, because Rock is a big proponent of the Trouba trade. But the focus is on because he's making the bigger fish nagels.
Yeah.
Not Jeff Skinner money, but still pretty high. Yeah. And I'm sick of this excuse making. I got to settle in. Just play hockey. There's no fans. There's nobody getting on you.
I gave what's his name shit, and I'm gonna retract that. I'm gonna make a retraction for that a little bit.
What, you retract?
I'm gonna retract that a little bit. He's playing very well.
Yeah. How many assists does he have?
And only has 3 goals, right?
He has 3 goals. 0 assists. No, he did score. I mean, he's all right.
4 goals for Chris Kreider.
I gave Levitch a hard time, and I'm going to retract that statement as well.
Oh, there's a lot of retractions going on here.
When I'm
he should work. Why don't you tell Blueshirt Banner this is how it's done?
Yeah, yeah.
I think they're in desperate need of a retraction.
Yes. Joey Pants with his mom jeans ain't stepping up for attractions.
What's the over under when they finally get blackballed? What's the over under?
Well,
Dolan's gonna buy him out and run him as a Ranger Pravda. Oh, what's that? What's the Russian the KGB? Pravda. Yeah. He's gonna run him as everybody's great. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if there's repercussions. I don't think they may have lost some hits, but
you think they'll get their things fucking revoked? Their fucking press credentials revoked?
I feel like, I don't know. You can't pretend to be somebody you're not. You don't I don't pretend to be somebody I'm not. You've been with me out of the context of this. I'm just the same guy. Jim's the same way.
Yeah.
Why do you got to make yourself like a big league reporter and make up sources and then get your sources and then get killed and then get killed by JD in a press conference? It's not a way to start a site. So a little. People tend to get too big for their britches, as my grandmother said.
Weren't they a bunch of fucking suck-ups anyways?
They all sucked up to Jim. They all worshipped at the altar of Jim over there.
No, I'm talking this blue shirt banner suck up to the team.
Not really.
How come they got press credentials?
I think there's somebody in the
chat room. They don't have press
credentials.
What?
They don't have press credentials.
Oh.
We're certainly not going to get them.
No more. You get no press credentials.
Rosasco will never get in the door.
You guys credentials before they give them motherfuckers.
Probably, yeah. I bet you they watch this show. And guys, I love you out there. If you want to give us press credentials, give it to Jim because he's had experience. But I think if Rosasco has actually seen this program, there's no way we're getting it.
Right? Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think that bridge, that ship has sailed, as they say. All right, so you made a couple of retractions. What are the Rangers boring to you, Costa? We had all day. Give me a reaction.
For moments, but it's more.
Sorry, I bear with. I'm moderating our chat room.
Oh, what happened? We got a troll in there.
Yeah, there was somebody spamming in there. I got some chick. I got rid of it.
Chick.
That's not a chick.
Don't get. Let me.
Adam Herman.
Let me meet this chick. In a dark alley. We'll have some fun there.
What is he talking about?
This Alicia James broad.
How do you know it's even? How do you know it's a woman?
What?
How do you even know it's a woman?
Because I'm watching the text.
It's Adam Herman,
right? It's Adam Herman. That's what I said. It's Adam Herman.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Anyway,
all right. I got one more question for you. For you too. If it blah blah, I think I forgot it. The chick in the chat room totally threw me off, which I guess was their purpose. I had a question for you. Can't remember it. You think things are gonna get better, boys? Or is this just gonna be lose 2, win 1 the rest of the season? I think it's going to get better. I don't know. You call me the optimist. I think they're playing better. They just got to get some guys' asses in gear, man. It's bad. He's got to play a lot better.
I think they'll even out and get back to 500 hockey, and they'll be a 500 team.
Well, didn't we say in the beginning of the season that we didn't think they were going to make the playoffs, and I just wanted to see guys progress? I think early take, or as they say today, the hot take from what I've seen so far, which I hate that expression. Oh, I know the question I was going to ask you. But is that I've seen progress from Keandre Miller. I have not seen that much progress from Kakko, and I haven't seen the Lafreniere I was promised. Or the Adam Fox looks like he's the same guy. Ryan Lindgren looks like he's the same guy. So that's 4, 4 Utes.
I think Miller's been the biggest surprise.
Definitely. All right, now the last question of the night is going to be, I saw a couple people commenting on this. These Ranger fan commercials that are being played now. I don't know, Jim, do you see these things?
I do.
All right. What do you guys think about this? Do you think it's just crazy Ranger fans? It's very innocuous. It doesn't move you either way. Or do you find them annoying?
Find them annoying. And it's that Ted Calamaros guy is in one of them.
Is that the guy who set up all those like trips and shit? And
yeah, the Ranger fan trips that said if we talked about it on the show, he would give you a free trip. Never happened.
I didn't realize that.
You think these are?
I've also heard he screwed over a friend of Rock's too for a trip. So
yeah,
and is he the one that does the podcast every night on Zoom?
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know.
What about that kid that does the reaction after every goal?
Shut the fuck up.
Punch that guy?
Oh, almost as bad as that kid that the curly haired kid that they're always from Stranger Things that the Rangers are always putting in the
class kids.
Oh,
get ready, Ranger fans!
Oh, what a
Ranger fans! This is our town.
Face.
This is our city.
You think these are real fucking plants?
I don't know.
What?
You think these guys are real fans, these Ranger fans, or they're fucking plants?
No, I think they're real stupid Ranger fans that I don't want to see, except for our boy there. The guy who has what's his name again? His name escapes me. Brian Attard.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a nice guy.
Okay.
But these other dope, and that the kid from Stranger Things there, he's got it.
Oh, come on. I love that show, man. I love that fucking show.
I love the show, but I don't like the kid. I mean, I like the kid is as his character, but do I have to hear this lispy bastard? This is our town. This is hockey. This is New York.
Get the fuck out of here! What are you, 13? Get out of here! Come back and talk to me when you've been through the wars, kid.
That's right.
When you know the pain, when you know what it's like to have Chris Drury score in overtime and send you sailing in the summer. You let me know when you know what pain is.
Yeah, when I was your age. Go ahead. Go on your rant.
These 13-year-olds on social media think they know what it means to suffer. Get the hell out of here. When you have to watch Mike Dunham in goal, come talk to me.
That's right. Amen.
These pampered entitled punks that had 15 years of Henrik Lundqvist talk about what great fans they are. Get out of here.
It's time for the King to show up tonight at Madison Square Gardens. Let me tell you, at 12 years old, I was in Madison Square Garden with my dad watching Cesar Maniago shut out the Rangers. The Rangers got 16 shots. You lispy fuck. You don't know pain.
Right.
Watch the Rangers lose in overtime in every fucking Stanley Cup game against the Kings.
Give me like an 85-year-old man. Let him look at the camera like with hollowed eyes. I've given my heart and soul to this team, and I've only had one good night in 75
I was the guy that held up the "Now I Can Die" sign in '94. I was wrong. I'm hanging on.
Give me the guy who knows everything off the Blueshirt Underground wall of pain or the bracket of pain. The guy
remembers everything.
I'm 92 years old.
And I go over it in my mind every day.
Yes.
Why Rick Middleton?
I had to sit at the Garden when Ron Stewart was the coach, and Ron Lowe and Muckler. I watched this team spend $115 billion on free agents.
On Valerie Kamensky.
Valerie Kamensky. Twice.
That's pain. I don't want some little fucking kid I want to punt.
Right.
Telling me what I'm gonna watch.
Oh, I've been a fan ever since Brad Richards was on the team.
Yeah,
I go way back.
Well, I go way back when he was the when
when Marty St. Louis was that goal.
Captain. When they went for his dead mom, I was there.
Go
way back.
Ed Norton. All right, Costa. Anything else? We got a couple of callers waiting here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm not gonna bother you.
Punch it out, Maverick.
You never bother us. We love you.
Never bother me. Always entertainment.
We'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
Away he goes. We'll bring Matt. We got Matt Morello and then one more after Matt Morello. What's up, Matt? How are you? Well,
guys.
There you are. Unmuted. Sorry.
Nah, you're good. What's up?
Give us your hot take on everything and anything. New York Rangers, welcome to Blueshirt Underground.
I see giant hats behind him. I see Ranger hats behind him. I'm checking out.
Kind of trying to clean this whole mess up. So
don't worry about it.
I don't mind D'Angelo being gone. I was never, I don't get into the political shit. I feel like I say it almost every time that guy comes up. If anything, even though I agree with him more times than not, it was just annoying to have to see it, whether it was on the internet or even us just talking about it with him and trying to make it like it wasn't an issue. I had enough. I actually got more bothered with him actually as a player. I thought for a defenseman, he just sucked at his job. The guy got burned one-on-one a lot, famously in that playoff game when they got eliminated. When he was the sole reason he got burned, that was kind of the end, at least for me. I don't know. Like I'm, and then the other crap too. It just became.
He sucked. You want to look at his stats? Go ahead. He was a terrible defenseman.
He got 50 points, which for a defenseman, don't get me wrong, that is really good. But when you're a defenseman, I get he's an offensive defenseman, but you got to give me something in your own end. And he was a traffic cone where, you know what, if I get someone who's a little less skilled offensively, but I can rely on him more on the defensive end, and he's not going to be a nuisance, and maybe he costs less, where it's half the yearly salary.
Yeah, I can't say suck. I'm going to retract. And the show of retractions. I'm overblowing these suck.
Maybe you should call Blue Shirt Banner.
What?
Maybe you should call Blue Shirt Banner.
Oh yeah,
they're in need of a retraction.
Well, I seriously, I think he, as a player, I think he had a career year last year, and this season it's the same thing. I was saying, who would you say is worse defensively? Let me throw this out here. I know we're trying to wrap it up here, but worst defenseman in the last 10 years for the Rangers. Not a defensive, offensive defenseman. We'll go with Dan Boyle, Keith Yandel, Kevin Shattenkirk, Tony DeAngelo. Am I leaving anybody out?
No,
I think that's pretty much it. Who do you think was the worst defensively?
Dan Boyle.
Yandel, you know what? If we're gonna go back, Yandel I liked a lot. He wasn't great at defense, but I would say he's better, way better than Boyle. I thought he was better than D'Angelo. I didn't mind him. Now he got paid out by Florida, which I know we traded him, but that one I get why he went. But I was actually pro him, although I don't think he would have been the guy that got us the cup that year, which was weird that was the move they thought would put him over.
He's solid. That one, Tony Stanziano is a fat nerd. Stanziano, Tony, he was a big. He feels that the Rangers should have tried to keep Yandel. That he long term. I mean, he puts up points.
It would have been better than Shattenkirk.
Definitely.
Which was essentially what you did, was you got rid of Yandel to then go sign Shattenkirk, who you got rid of after 2 years. And I believe Yandel is still in Florida too. So if anything, so if anything, even though Florida's paying him a lot of money,
Still
He's
producing.
off for them. People are mentioning Delzato longer than the names you rattled off. Delzato was terrible defensively.
Yeah, he couldn't he had problems checking. Like it looked like he was molesting people on the boards, like with his hands, and he wouldn't throw a check. It was really weird, and he was bad. And yes,
he's got the same body frame I do, which for an NHL player is really bad.
Yes, and he was a cakewalk off the ice, compared to TDA. I mean, he only messed with call girls and porn stars. Yeah,
asking him for dates online.
Yeah,
Matt Gilroy too. I mean,
yeah, still growing into his body at the age of 28. Now I know he's like 35.
The oldest rookie, I think, in Ranger history, right? 26.
Yes, he won the Hobie Baker at 25 or something. It's ridiculous.
Imagine you're playing against dudes when you're in college who are 18, and you're thinking you're at such an elite level, which is scary.
Yes. So, what do you think about the TDA thing? So you just move on. I want him out of the lexicon. I want him out of the conversation.
The minute I saw it, I went, thank God. Now, the thing that I'll say that really surprised me throughout all this, and I messaged Jim on Facebook as it was happening, the fact that MSG Networks, talked about the D'Angelo thing for more than 30 seconds to me was shocking, because we all say it. They're like the Pravda or the KGB, where they say nothing, they don't want to acknowledge anything. And the fact that they went into such detail, where Micheletti and Toucan Sam, they were actually being critical. They were, we have a president and a GM who's not trying to, red carpet the whole situation and diffuse it. To me, that was shocking, because in any other instance whether it was Derek Boogaard dying, or I don't know, name another not tragic, but big incident, they never talk about it.
Never.
In this case, they were very vocal to the point that they created a whole video package.
Yeah, and they would never acknowledge in the old, they may not even been aware of, the bloggers, the new media sites, so to speak. And it's just the new age. They're very in tune with what's going on. And I listen, I want them to be brutally honest. I want them to come out and say this stuff.
I mean, hence it's supposed to be the Ranger Network, right? We make that joke all the time, but they spend so much time talking about the opponent or teams that aren't even playing in the game against the Rangers. You want them to be brutally honest, or just talk about the team, for Christ's sake.
Exactly. Every other broadcast does it.
Yeah,
They're calling everybody by their first name in that Devil broadcast.
I don't watch a lot of Islander games, but they do too.
What?
I don't watch a lot of Islander games, but from what I've heard, yeah, they do it too. I know people bring up Jack Edwards with Nesson over there in Boston, but they refer to their guys on a first name basis, or they have nicknames.
I mean, the guy's a dick if you're the opposing team, but my wife says it to me all the time. How come we don't have announcers that root for us? They should just openly root. I'm sick and tired of the fucking unbiased. Root for your team.
Well, I'm convinced they're scared of Marv Albert, what he did with the Knicks 15, 20 years ago, where he bashed them so much that Dolan fired him. When it's first of all, it's not in either one of these two's nature to do that. So I don't get what the fear
that's true.
Into. But it's not in either of their nature. So what are they so worried about? And two, Micheletti, okay, if you're not a Ranger fan, fine. But Sam, you've been there for 3 or 4 decades. We know you're a fan of the team. Be John Sterling with the Yankees, who is basically wearing a Yankee pair of underwear, for Christ's sakes, when he's doing the game. Just root for the team. It's fine. No one's going to bash you. Every other regional sports network guy does.
Well, I think you're right. It's just not in their nature. It's not in his nature to be like that. He's promoting the game, and he's locked into that mode.
You're not doing an NBC Sports Network game. You're doing a game for the regional sports network.
We don't know stuff, so he has to tell us about,
What does he know? That a guy lost 3 pounds during the off season?
No, he knows interesting things. Let me just go on this little tangent here.
Can you guys hear me okay?
What?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, my AirPods just died, so hang on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm taking over the broadcast.
No, it's all right.
Okay.
You're coming through my TV now because my AirPods died.
Okay.
That's fine.
This broadcast is obsessed with two things. American-born players. They never talk about the juniors that the Canadian players played in. It's only if you went to college. Okay. Minnesota, of course. They love talking about Harvard, Dartmouth. They love that connection. Oh, he went to Harvard. Well, he went to Harvard. But they'll never say, well, he played in Sault Ste. Marie. He had 40 goals over there. They never talk about Canadian
or the
juniors.
Boston schools now that Quinn, or even before that with Kreider and
Right.
all the Boyle when they were BC guys.
Now, I think this stems from the 80s when when American players were not really prevalent in the NHL until after the Olympics, the 80 Olympics. And it was a novelty that the American-born player, and he's never left. He never left that. Oh, he does the whole bit. He went to Harvard. He went to Harvard. Blah, 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 blah. So I find that annoying. And I'm sure if you're a Canadian watcher, you're saying, he never mentions anything about, where Adam Fox is American. But, I'm trying to think of it.
Lafreniere now.
Lafreniere, So I don't know. They don't really hype Lafreniere at all. Like the first game?
Outside of sitting there going, oh, he's so close to scoring before he got the
clean shaven, Joe.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Shave the beard, Joe.
Oh, he looks so smooth now. I felt it myself.
How gay is that?
I broke protocol.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, I'm trying to be positive with this team, but Ed, I gotta disagree with you. They're boring.
Oh, dare you!
That's good. Nah, but
it's okay. It's okay.
They've had exciting games, whether it was the Islander game or the Penguin game that they lost. But I don't know what in Zibanejad again. I agree with Rock. I don't know if it's COVID because maybe his lungs or the strength's not there. I don't know if it's me. Does he look slower than? Yeah. Okay. So you've noticed it too.
Yeah,
not that he
doesn't have that extra step.
Yeah, not that he was like Pavel Bure out there or even Theo Fleury, but he looks. And again, I don't know if it's COVID and he's not 100% in shape, but and I know some people saying, "Oh, his hair." I know it's a joke. It's not, but he looks slower out there too.
Well, I think they're the most exciting team. I don't think they've had as much odd man chances maybe or breakaways that they had last year, but it's such a small sample size, and I think they're figuring it out. I see some surprises. I see Di Giuseppe's been a surprise. Maybe I'm just being too optimistic and not seeing it. So,
all right, Matt. We'll talk to you next time.
All right, Matt. Take care, brother.
Take it easy.
Well, Jim, another one in the books.
Well, wait, one more.
Oh, come on.
One more, and he just literally threw his head back because he thought we weren't going to bring him on when you said another one in the books.
Cutter.
See,
how are you, my friend?
Asshole. They
just
call
remember.
me they call me stupid. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. Sorry, I had to do it.
What are you talking?
Can you do it again?
What are you talking about?
No, I was. You remember that song?
That's not my name.
That's not my name.
That's not my name.
Oh.
He goes. They call me stupid. They call me asshole. That's not my name.
Douchebag. They call me cunt. They call me stupid. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name.
We'll definitely get the audio from that.
Because the BSU group, it's grown to 2,000 people.
Oh, yes. Well, it's grown, and of course, the hatred for you is also grown. But,
I don't care.
I
I've been
know.
around for 11 years, guys. I'm not going anywhere.
No. I love having you. I got no problem with you. You've been a long time. One of our longest listeners and viewers. Do you have
One of our-
anything that could?
He's
Go
the
ahead,
professor. He's got tenure.
Yeah. What is he drinking here?
What are we drinking tonight? Rhubarb. What is that? Oh.
What did you drink?
I know, it's stereotypical.
Molson, Molson Export. That's my favorite beer right there.
Oh, Cutter. You're becoming
My
trendy.
favorite.
Of course.
That's my favorite beer.
Really?
Yep.
Did not know that.
Molson Export.
Yeah.
Is it different in Canada and
they don't sell it in America. You might be able to buy it like on the New York side right near the border, but for the most part, they don't sell it in America.
Oh, interesting.
That's weird because isn't Molson part of Coors or something?
I think so.
Yes.
All right, Cutter, anything Ranger related you want to add?
Yeah. Why else would I be on the show?
Is that your vacuum?
Yeah, that's not my name.
So anyway, about this TDA stuff, like when I first saw it in the Facebook group, I'm like, is Tony D'Angelo getting rid of because some stupid snowflake may have taken something wrong and all that?
Well, yeah.
It's funny hearing you call. It's funny hearing you call someone a snowflake.
What?
What?
You could use it.
It's just funny.
It's
a term for older gents.
I don't know. Snowflake can be anybody, really.
I know. It's
Exactly.
Just too sensitive, like Adam Herman is.
Yeah, fuck that guy. And fuck that Buffalo guy too.
Mike
Whatever.
Harrington?
Mike Harrington?
You're not a fan?
Hell's no.
If we get him on the show, will you debate Mike Harrington?
I will fucking moon that son of a bitch.
Whoa!
You will what?
I will moon that son of a bitch.
Ruin him.
No, I would moon him.
Moon him.
Oh, moon him. Can we not have that?
I would fucking moon
Then
him.
we all have to see that, so that's a no bueno.
Yeah. How is that fun for us?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You give him
but
the
I
finger?
thought if it was Harrington 1-on-1, I'd fucking moon him.
How about give the double barrel finger to Mike Harrington?
Sure, whatevs. Whatever floats your boat.
All right. Well, I had enough of you.
How's the job?
How's the job doing?
Well, it's not as good because Ontario's in lockdown, so basically you're not supposed to be leaving your house unless it's for essentials.
Isn't that basically your life has been on lockdown?
Your whole life is a quarantine.
What?
So what does that mean? You can't go to work?
No, I do have to go to work.
All right, sitting home playing your Madden 91.
No, I'm doing my sports catastrophe videos, my daily videos. Thank you very much.
Daily? There ain't much to talk about daily.
What?
Enough. Get him off.
Hey, actually, tomorrow I'm going to post mine up on Blueshirt.
I don't care.
Because I asked Jim for help.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, Jim, you refused him.
No, you didn't refuse.
Yeah, I couldn't take it. It just had no information. There was no topic.
He's all over the place. He's drinking. He shouldn't be drinking.
He shouldn't be drinking.
He's a menace.
He's a menace to the show.
Playing his Madden 91.
I don't know what he's doing over there. And now it's going to be a whole thing. How you threw me off the show, and I hate it.
I'm going to get an 8-page diatribe on Facebook.
Yeah, here we go. Get ready.
Dissertation. What I wanted to say was,
yeah, here we go.
Before you threw me off,
he's just the human rain delay.
I'm going to tell him Costa blew him up.
All right, Jim.
We had enough.
Done. Yes. I want to thank all the luminaries that showed up. Rock, Paul Gaduzzi's here. All the great guys. Just another jam-packed show. I think we handled everything. I think I'm ready to take on the Caps. When's that happening? Tomorrow?
Thursday night.
Wow, they got a couple days off here. All right, so Thursday night.
Yes.
Rangers and Capitals. I think
Hopefully
it'll be
Igor and net. Maybe we'll see
Mighty
Igor Hayek.
We'll see. I think it'll be a good measuring stick to where the Rangers are.
Maybe we'll see blue shirt banter.
I hope they shut that site down. It's disgusting. Don't. I mean, I hate to say this word, but it really is fake news over there. I don't think I've ever used that word before, but it's fake news over there. Making up shit. All right. I'm going to consult my sources, and I'll get back to you next show.
Nice long show tonight. 2 hours and 15 minutes of free entertainment.
That's right.
All right.
You want to keep us going? You want to keep that wheel going? Subscribe to Patreon. Maybe I'll injure myself for $20.
And he's going to throw himself out the window next week with the wheel. All right. We love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. Let's go, Rangers. Eddie, always
Rangers,
a pleasure.
baby.
We'll see you soon. Good night, everybody.